Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Thursday, the 27th of February. The government's accepted all 16 recommendations for cutting regulation from the agriculture and horticulture sectors. The Ministry of Regulations launched a review last year into approval processes for new agricultural and horticultural products. Senior political reporter Sophie Trigger has more.
Recommendations include to set targets to speed up assessments and slash application queues, and to use international regulators' assessments to save time. Minister in charge David Seymour says some farmers and growers reported waiting over 5 years for new products to be approved. He says the reviews found halving approval times is estimated to generate $272 million over 20 years.
The prospect of 4-year parliamentary terms will be put to referendum. Justice Minister Paul Goldsmith's announced legislation supported by all the coalition parties to select committee stage. It's proposing keeping standard parliamentary terms at 3 years, but allowing that to be extended to 4 years under certain conditions. Goldsmith says this would require the government to adjust proportionality on select committees to give the opposition more voice. He says that will be looked at in select committee.
It may well be that a much simpler arrangement is just to have a choice simply between a 3 and a 4 year term. And so we're very much open to that, and that may be what comes out of the select committee.
The Children's Commissioner is concerned as Oranga Tamariki still falls short delivering the minimum requirements for children in care. Its fourth annual report to July shows Oranga Tamariki still isn't meeting national care standards formed in 2019. Issues include abuse and care rising, with 9% of children in custody being abused or neglected. Chief Children's Commissioner Claire Ahmad says there's been very little progress from successive governments. A Northland community is standing up to support whānau as a large bushfire burns. Fire and emergency were called to Waipoua Forest, home of the famous kauri tree, Tane Mahuta, about 2 p.m. yesterday. The blaze had stretched 70 hectares by the evening. Kaipara Māori Ward Councillor Pera Paniora says Waipoua settlement residents are still being looked after at Waikaramarae. Fears the public risk being dragged into murky legal fights around apprehending people if laws on citizens' arrests are loosened. The government's proposing letting anyone detain suspect thieves using reasonable force at any time of day in the name of retail crime prevention. But Police Association President Chris Cahill says it's a real legal issue, managing to get the right response balance.
We have police officers charged regularly with assault because the people think it's been unreasonable use of force. Then how the public are going to get that right.
Pope Francis has shown slight improvement after 13 days in hospital. He's been undergoing treatment for double pneumonia. To sport, Liverpool have extended their advantage atop the Premier League table with a 2-0 win over Newcastle at Anfield. Nearest rivals Nottingham Forest and Arsenal finished goalless. The Chiefs have confirmed Clayton McMillan will join Irish club Munster after this season. He's gained an early release from his contract. And McLaren's Lando Norris has topped the opening day of Formula One pre-season testing in Bahrain. Liam Lawson, who tested in the morning session, was 8th. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.